10 tips for overcoming fear. Fear should never control your life. Today I am sharing 10 practical strategies for dealing with fear, whether it is fear of ridicule, of abandonment, of poverty, or even fear of death. Don't let fear take over. If you've ever felt paralyzed by fear, here are some practical and easy to apply tools to help you reclaim the helm of your life. 1. Name your fear. Fear, like viral infections, grows and multiplies in the dark. That's why horror movies often place characters in basements, tunnels, and dark labyrinths. The first step in dealing with fear is to name it. By doing so, you immediately reduce its power. You cut it to size. It transforms from a gigantic monster whose presence you can feel but cannot even see, into a small shadow that is much easier to understand and to manage. Instead of saying, "Gosh, I'm so afraid," be very specific. Say, "I am afraid to raise my hand in class, give a possibly wrong answer, and have everyone laugh at me." Fear feeds on vagueness and uncertainty. So name your fear. What is it? Write it down. Say it out loud. By naming and defining your fear, you make it manageable. You cut it to size. 2. Imagine the worst-case scenario. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? Fear makes you imagine the worst, the most catastrophic and threatening things happening to you. But when you analyze it coldly and ask yourself seriously, what's the worst that could happen if it all goes wrong? You realize that you could handle that. Even if things don't work out how you wanted them to, you won't die. It's not the end of the world. You will get back on your feet and come back stronger for the experience. 3. Grant yourself 5 seconds of courage. Mel Robbins popularized the 5-second rule. When you're afraid or lazy to do something, imagine you're an astronaut in your spacecraft already listening to the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. And take off. Take action. Take the first step. Don't let your mind paralyze you with 100 arguments to wait any longer, abandon the project, or run off to do something else less difficult. Courage and boldness are key to overcoming fear. 4. Gradual exposure. Dip your toes in the water. Fear is reduced by exposure to that which causes us anxiety. It's like when you stand on the edge of a swimming pool and at first you only dare to dip your toes in to gauge the temperature of the water. If you're terrified of public speaking, for example, start by practicing in front of a mirror, filming yourself with your mobile phone camera 4 or 5 times until you start to like or be less terrified of how you look. Then practice with friends in situations where it doesn't really matter much whether it goes well or badly, and your comfort zone will expand gradually, day by day. Your brain will get used to the new, larger space, and the fear will inevitably diminish, because the fear may still be there, but the space you created around it grew. And if before the fear was taking up the whole room, now it only has a small corner to cower in. 5. Rename it. Change your narrative. That horror story you imagine can also be your most exciting event if you frame it as excitement and adventure instead of fear. Don't say, "I'm so nervous to ask this girl to go out with me." Say instead, "I'm so excited to ask this girl to go out with me." It has the same physiological state and tingling in the skin, butterflies in the stomach, but it's a different interpretation. In this scenario, you win, and so does she, because she got asked out. And that fear that was once the brake stopping you is now the accelerator pushing you forward. Your mind is that powerful. 6. The 4-7-8 breathing reset. This is one of the most valuable and simple hacks that will change your life. Breathing, conscious breathing, is the best physiological tool to control fear. It is the secret key you always carry with you to escape the dungeon of terror and anxiety. The 4-7-8 breath is this. You inhale for 4 seconds, you hold for 7 seconds, and then exhale for 8 seconds. Let's try together. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Repeat this little simple cycle 4 times in the morning, still in bed, and 4 times in the evening once you're back in bed. I promise you, with this, you are taking control of your mind and emotions. It calms your nervous system and puts you back in control in less than 90 seconds. And the benefits are cumulative. You will notice after a couple of weeks what a difference it has made to your general well-being. 7. The power of posture. The posture of power. Your posture affects your mood and your mind. When you are hesitant, anxious, or afraid, imagine that in the manner of Superman, you are wearing a beautiful flowing cape over your shoulders. Stand tall, shoulders back, stretch your chest, neck, and head high like Superman or Supergirl. You'll be amazed at how easy it is to go from feeling defeated to feeling like a superhero. Your physiology transforms your psychology. 8. Use the magic of visualization. Professional athletes practice every aspect of their game mentally. In their imagination, they see themselves executing every step of their strategy with total fluidity and efficiency until they succeed. And all this happens in their minds. If the best athletes do it, so should you. Ask yourself what you see, hear, smell, what the people around you say and feel and do as they celebrate your victory. When you can picture details of a situation in which you want to succeed, your mind doesn't know that this is just a mental rehearsal. It gets very excited and it will reward you with a vast dopamine rush, increasing your well-being and self-confidence. So visualize your success in advance. See yourself winning in advance. And do it often. Imagine every detail of the scene in which you succeed and feel how your confidence, your grit, and motivation grow. 9. Growth involves suffering, so embrace the initial discomfort. It will pass. Fear is a very valuable emotion that will show up countless times in your life, and for good reasons. You better be afraid when you encounter a tiger or a cobra, or find yourself in the middle of a shooting or an earthquake. Fear is always an opportunity to grow, to gain territory. You must never ignore fear, which is only trying to protect you, but learn to listen to it and dialogue. Talk to it. Yes, it is a great idea to dialogue with your fear. Tell it, "Thank you, fear. I acknowledge that you are doing your job in life, which is to warn me of danger before me. I appreciate your message, and I promise that I have taken all the necessary precautions, and therefore I now will succeed. Give me your support." It may sound silly, but you will find that when you begin to appreciate and respect your fears in this way, they will reveal themselves for what they have always been. Friends who are warning you of possible danger or dire consequences, and who do so entirely to serve you, to protect you, to keep you alive and well. Listen to and respect your fears. Just don't let them control or paralyze you. 10. Go ahead, feel the fear, and jump in the water anyway. Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway is the brilliant title of a valuable book by Dr. Susan Jeffers. I'll leave you details in the description. If fear is stopping you from taking a step or making an important decision, listen to it, respect it, honor it as a good friend, but never let it paralyze you. So take the plunge, jump in anyway, fear and all. This is a foundational key. Don't wait until the fear disappears, because it will not disappear of itself. Act even while afraid. Do it even if you feel afraid, because action is the best antidote to fear. Feeling fear is healthy as long as you never let fear rule you. Try these 10 hacks and tell me which worked best for you in the comments. Now, if this program helped you, feel the fear and like it anyway. Don't let fear stop you from giving it a like, subscribing, and sharing it with someone who needs to hear this. Go ahead. Don't let fear take over.